पर राम सिंह ने खुदकुशी नहीं करी है। राम सिंह का मर्डर किया गया, मर्डर करके उसके कपड़े फाड़ के राम सिंह लटका गया है।
वो क्यों सुसाइड कर सकता है? जो सरकार में कुछ सजा दे दे, मांग मंजूर कर ले कि जो आप सरकार में गुनाह करिया में।
The family obviously distraught there. Let's get the latest in now from Parikshit Luthra joining us from outside Saket Court, where the other 4 accused will be produced later today. Shubhajit Sengupta is joining us from outside Tihar Jail. Our managing editor Vinay Tiwari also with us live to take us through some of these developments. Shubhajit, I'll come to you first because you were telling us the latest in this situation. Of course, Tihar Jail ordering that magisterial probe, but questioning the inmates who shared that cell with Ram Singh as well as a prison warden, among others.
Yes, the prison warden as well as those who have been sharing the cell with Ram Singh are being questioned right now. Apart from that, the magistrate is also looking at the various other administrative lapses which might have happened in this. Remember, every ward has one guard, but the responsibility of the guard is to take rounds. So when this incident happened, when Ram Singh made a use out of that drug, he had taken some time, and after that he had to climb up to 8 feet to tie it up to the grill from which he hung himself. So these two must have taken time, and fact means that the guard didn't approach that area at that point of time till such time, which means the entire time, about an hour or two which he had taken for preparation, he was scot-free. No one was keeping an eye, no guard had come in around that point. These are some of the important questions which are coming in. Right. Another interesting point which is happening right now is that the Metropolitan Magistrate has not yet released the body. The body which is supposed to go for post-mortem to Deen Dayal Upadhyay Hospital hasn't been gone yet. They are saying that the Tihar Jail sources are telling us it's only the MM who will take a call when and where to take the body from here.
All right, Vinay, to come to you, before we talk about whether this is going to have any impact on the trial, some of those questions being raised in terms of lapses, whether there was no CCTV outside Ram Singh's cell. We do know that the Delhi police had asked prison authorities to maintain an extra vigil for him as well as the other 4 accused.
That's right, Amrita. In fact, I think the questions can be divided broadly into 2 parts. One is, of course, the manner and the nature under which this particular incident seems to have happened. I think the fact is that the body of Ram Singh has been found at 5 a.m. this morning. The version is that he's committed suicide. The fact is that there were 2 other people inside that cell where Ram Singh was lodged. The version is that these cellmates did not know or couldn't find out what happened, and I think they are being questioned right now as we speak. So far, the official version, first in the morning, the officials told us that he used his own clothing to commit suicide and tied himself from an iron grill, which is part of the cell complex. But subsequently, the Tihar Jail authorities now suggest that it was actually a portion of the dari or the carpet that is used on the floor of the jail cell to commit suicide. Now, that itself raises far more questions. What kind of dari was it? Is it possible for somebody to tear it off and actually tie it into a knot which can actually be strong enough to hold the weight of the body? So the Inquiry Commission will obviously go into all these issues. They will examine things like the weight of Ram Singh's body, which would require a particular strength of a knot to be held from a particular iron grill. They would perhaps go into as much of a minutiae as to find out whether the iron grill was smooth or rough, because remember, if the iron grill is smooth, it's tougher to hold a knot which can support a body weight which could be about 60 to 70 or 75 kgs. So all those specific questions in terms of how was it possible for somebody to commit suicide like that. That's part 1. Part 2, of course, is, Amrita, what you asked about lapses, whether the CCTV camera was installed in a way that the cell was visible, whether the sentry was posted outside the gate of that particular cell. If yes, why was he not there? And if no, why not? Because clearly these were very high profile inmates.
Absolutely.
Amrita.
And Parikshit, to come to you with that, because you're outside the court where Ram Singh would have been produced today, the other accused expected to be produced. We're expecting to see extra vigil around them. Is that not so? Because that's something that the Delhi police had asked specifically the prison authorities to ensure.
That's very right. They have been repeatedly writing to prison authorities. As far as the proceedings here in Saket Court are concerned, they're always brought here under very tight security. Reporters are not allowed to enter the court because it is an in-camera trial. Outside the court, whenever they are going to be produced, 5 minutes before that, there is a huge security cordon from the court lockup to the court door, so nobody can really even go close to them because there is so much of tight security. There are so many policemen, women constables as well, cordoning off the entire courtroom area. So very tight security over here. The police wants the trial to continue. They don't want any stop today, but it really depends on what happens when the fast track judge
sits down, and if the accused, lawyers for the accused move some sort of application saying that there should first be an inquiry into Ram Singh's death and then the trial should proceed, then the matter could be completely different. But as of now, there is no bar on the proceedings. They're supposed to start at 12:30. The witnesses are being examined right now, and that process is likely to continue. Amrita.